Hello everyone. Let me get on the full cam on YouTube here. Thank you for joining me and welcome. We're back live here on Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me. We have returned, my people. We have returned here at the bar, ready to discuss all matters of social media. I am thankful that you are here tonight, today, or wherever you are around the world, whatever the time is around the world, whether you're listening it in person or if you are indeed listening on playback. So thank you very much for joining me at Talk Live, sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Spring, summer line still out now. Fall, winter being prepared for, because as you know, if you are in the retail business, they're starting to phase out the spring, summer, because the fall, winter is coming to play, especially in August. So, yeah, those days are growing shorter. However, what is this? Oh, this is, I got to connect this. Just a second. Bang. Okay, now we're back. Back in the land of the living, yes, because if that wasn't plugged in, yeah, my computer shuts off, and if it shuts off, I am in trouble. But anyways, we are back in live at Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me. And again, sponsored by Duntalk. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Busy week for me this week. I'll just tell you from the jump, I will not be here on Wednesday, and I will not, probably not, yeah. I'll definitely not be here on Thursday. Thursday I have a summer due at the firm, and yes, have a summer due at the firm, which is going to be well attended. Anyways, I thought I'd go a little Hawaiian for you today, so I am wearing my Hawaiian shirt today, as guns blazing, of course, and guns out, suns out, guns out. I think that's an expression. Yes, but anyways, so I have that on Thursday and Wednesday. Yes, I have other plans. So, unfortunately, will not be getting to you until possibly Friday. I'm going to try and fit in a Friday scheduled program in. But as you may know, as you may not know, this is the peak season of the peak party season in the city of Toronto, especially for us black folk. As you know, Caravan is in town and is making our way through, which is the biggest cultural festival in North America. Everybody, forever imitated, never duplicated. Caravan is still number one. And again, so nice the city had to make it. The city had to redo it because if they didn't have Caravan, there would be a budget deficit. Believe me, there'd be a budget deficit. So they had to keep that thing rolling. Such is the importance of Caravan. So thank you very much for joining me at Talk Live. But anyways, back to it. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a topsy-turvy schedule. I'm going to try and be as active as possible. We'll get back to, hopefully, I may just have a weekend episode, you never know, depending on what I can do. I'll definitely try for a Friday episode because my Wednesday and Thursday is booked up solid. It is booked up solid, as you know, and then my Friday is gone. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into this, yes. When you're Sass, get your ass a jail pass. Yes, indeed. We're talking about the Sassy Trucker right here. Yes, Sassy Trucker. Let's play this out. I mean, this is a lady who thought that she could, be a trucker in Dubai. So she decided to take it upon herself to do so, as is her will and right. And she was doing, well enough thing over there. I mean, even though she was throwing thirst traps at every occasion in a country which doesn't allow for any thirst traps. But anyways. Nonetheless, as it being a semi-strict, but a strict, not a semi-strict, but a strict Muslim country, and just trying to angle the camera a little further. There we go. Which a strict country, a strict Sharia law. Well, it's sort of semi-Sharia law. It's civil law mixed with Sharia law, so it's strict but not so strict. So if there's a strictly Sharia law country like in Iraq, like in Afghanistan, which is strictly Sharia law, then there would be very dire consequences for what you may or may not have heard of already. Now, this lady is still incarcerated in Dubai for running off of the mouth, especially with authorities there, and well, I think it's truck inspectors or something to that effect, and she decided to run off at the mouth for what she thought was an injustice. And for that injustice, she was dealt swiftly by the Justice Department there and thrown in jail. And she sits there to this day. Now, again, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's break it down. Let's get to the real reason why. Well, let's get to the backstory. Let's get to the backstory of the trucker. So we're gonna go on to the browser mode right now. And I thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So we are okay. Let's see what would be a good start here. Okay, yes. Okay. So we're gonna start with Please Act Right. Please Act Right. I was listening to some of his content today, and this guy is absolutely spot on, fantastic. Please like and subscribe to this guy. This guy is doing bang up business in these YouTube streets, and his subscriber count is growing and growing by the day. And you know what? Well deserved to the Please Act Right by Raul. He's doing fantastic work in these YouTube streets, and we're gonna learn about this sassy trucker right now because, again, as you can see. We have a news report from Fox. I believe she resides in Houston. Her family resides in Houston, in H-Town. And they're trying to bring her home, and you will want to hear, the grounds for which she should be brought home. But thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Horrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Dominique Heath joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Dominique.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
Hey, this is Raul. Please Act Right. Remember the basketball player Brittany Griner, who tried to leave Russia, I believe, and she got caught with some marijuana paraphernalia in her bag? Keep in mind, she broke the law in that country. Now, she would be considered somewhat famous, but this young lady that's...
Oh, wait. Let's get back to Brittany Griner for, again, just a reminder to you. Thank you very much, Chanel. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. I'll give you away. Thank you very much for that. Now, again, getting back to Brittany Griner. Brittany, well, it's a wonderful scene that we see right there anyways, but let's just get back to Brittany Griner quite quickly. Brittany Griner was, as you know, a WNBA basketball player, just as a sidebar. WNBA basketball player who decided to take upon herself to earn extra money in Russia playing basketball. Hell, she's a 7-foot, basketball player. And she decided to take extra work out in Russia because the WNBA ain't paying much because they ain't making much money anyways. It's been a losing venture for the last 30 years, and we've already talked about that and Talk Live at length. Anyways, back to Brittany. Brittany said, you know what? I need to take the edge off, so she decided to take drugs, marijuana, in fact, outside of Russia, thinking that she is a celebrity, and so she can pass through customs without any sort of trouble. However, trouble was awaiting her at the airport when they realized that, you can't transport drugs through Russia. So she was locked up for about 10 months. And to make a long story short, the State Department in the United States brought her home in exchange for a known arms dealer, one of the more dangerous men in the world. Just letting you know. That is the importance of Brittany Griner these days. And remember, we had talked about this on Talk Live. Her coach was very, very upset that the stands weren't full when Brittany Griner came back. A convicted drug possessor in Russia who was exchanged for a known arms dealer, one of the more dangerous men in the world, by the State Department. And their excuses were outstanding. Anyways, nonetheless, here we are, and Erica let's talk about Erica Joseph. We will get to Erica Joseph in just a minute. Erica Joseph. Reminder who Erica Joseph is there, Chanel. We'll talk about her a little later, but let's get back to the program here.
Be considered somewhat famous, but this young lady that's being held in Dubai is not. So will she get any help from the U.S.?
Okay, here's the deal with... the sassy trucker. She's breaking a rule already. She is in the confines of her truck, yes, but she is without hijab. She is without headdress. She is without the protection of a man, and she has her breasts hanging out in Dubai. You make that make sense. Let's continue.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tierra Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai.
Keep in mind, she was the passenger, not the driver of the car.
Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter said,
Now here's the deal about this, just before we get into it a little bit further. She is on route for the WNBA. Oh, Erica Joseph. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Erica Joseph. Yes, indeed. Shout out to her and congrats to her for getting onto the route to the WNBA. But again, I do hope the WNBA makes some money so that Erica can get a share of it. Because Lord knows, it's, the lady, I'll say this just before we break back into it. The WNBA gives their players about a 50% share of a losing venture, okay? So this is mainly funded by the NBA. If it wasn't for the NBA, the WNBA would be finished right now. Absolutely finished. But the thing about it is, the players want more money from a losing venture. Make that make sense. More money from a losing venture. The WNBA has yet to make a profit in their 30-plus year history. I'll let that reside with you, because we already talked about that in Talk Live. Check my my prior shows on the WNBA. Search it up. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. But let's go here. Getting back to this point in time. The thing about Dubai is, and I'm going to get to a story in just a minute, Dubai is not exactly the best of places when it comes to, doing things on the easy, doing things on the free and clear. And if Dubai has a tendency, has a definite issue with regards to corruption, especially when it comes to visitors to Dubai. A lot of those who visit the country, because again, they're not given any sort of citizenship. They're there for a certain amount of weeks and they leave. A lot of people, especially black people, when they go to Dubai, they're often charged extra fees for whatever services they procure in Dubai. So in this case, it was a rental car, and they said, well, here's an extra fee for this and this and this and that. You got to pay it. And these guys decided, well, listen, we didn't deserve this fee because we shouldn't be charged for this. And usually it's the case of, people would just, because they withhold your passport. They ain't going to give it back until you pay their fee. So it's basically extortion. They engaged in wide amounts of extortion there. And what's usually the case is, for a lot of people who are involved in the extortion, and especially when you involve rental cars or any certain amount of businesses, you want to pay the fee and get out of there. Because you don't want to be in Dubai stranded. Because they will lock you up if you are stranded, as in this case. Now, again, what may have provoked this as well is the fact that, okay, they remonstrated or they argued the fee when quite simply should have just paid and get out, because that's what Dubai is known for. They're known to be corrupt whenever and however possible, especially with foreigners, especially when it comes to their own goods and services. And they have to be checked on that, but the government hasn't checked on that this yet, because Dubai government usually takes the citizens' point of view rather than the visitor and the vacationer's point of view, which is quite sad. But anyways, that's a little backstory here. So the right thing to do was to pay and leave. But they didn't do that. Sassy didn't do that. She thought that she could take her show, her Houston show, her H-Town show, on the road. Let's go.
9-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
Is there a chance that this guy that worked at the company was just trying to extort her for money? Men go overseas and get extorted for money too. But you don't hear stories about the guy getting locked up. You know why? Because we calculate it and say, it's probably better if I just pay this money than to get into an argument with the person and end up in jail. Clearly, she didn't get that memo.
Are you driving? Are you driving here?
I would say don't let the foreigners drive here because they're like a walking ATM machine. Every move they like mistake.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People have been looking at them as a target.
If you're watching if you're watching YouTube and you're watching Please Act Right, you're seeing an African American with two looking like either Filipino or Thai women, and Lord knows, when a black man heads abroad, okay, all right, you know what it's all about, okay, because we can take our show on the road, and clearly. His show's going well. Anyway, let's continue. But they're right. If you are using any service in a foreign country, it's best that you leave it to the domestics that are there. Leave it to the citizens of that country. Because if you partake of any sort of service there and you're in the wrong, let's say you get into a car accident, they're literally extorting. They're asking to pay more money than every other citizen because, they can do that. Because they could easily, detain you, take your passport away, and then you're in a whole heap of trouble. So what you want to do is get out of that trouble as soon as possible, pay what needs to be paid, get going. As in this case with this gentleman who was probably in the Philippines or in Thailand. Let's go.
Yeah.
A motorbike hit. The motorbike didn't fall. It just scratched on the side. But the motorbike driver is still standing there with his bike on. And then the car got scratched on the front side.
Yeah.
And he's the one who ended up paying.
Really? Why? You don't want to argue.
Yeah.
You just don't want to,
Yeah.
See, she said it was the motorcycle driver's fault. But men know not to argue, especially when you're in another country. Just give them a little funky $10, $15 and keep it pushing. Stick around because I'm going to share a quick few extortion stories with you that happen to men when they're overseas.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. So we're going to go a little sidebar here. We're going to sidebar this, and we're going to go to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Where is he here? Yes, yeah. Is that one? Yes, it's right here. So we're going to go right here to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to O'Shea. He's doing wonderful things in his YouTube streets. He's up to about he's just over 300,000 subscribers. Well done to him. Doing wonderful stuff, and he's a big man in the black manosphere. So we're going to take it from where they left off. So basically, I have this young lady here. Where are we? I had this all queued up. Oh, here we go. Yes, here we go. So, let us go here to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He'll explain some of the rules that you can get in trouble for when in Dubai if you're not careful. Remember, Dubai is a civil / Sharia law country. So they have a bit of the West with a bit of the East because they want to, entice foreign visitors, vacationers to Dubai. And if they have a strict Sharia law there, guess what? Not a lot of people want to head out to a Sharia law country. You don't see many people heading to Iraq. You don't see a lot of people heading to Afghanistan unless they're the military themselves, because they know if they head to those countries and they're in trouble, your head's getting chopped off. Anyways, here we go.
And what works in America won't work in Dubai. And that is why this lady here by the name of Tarek Bayshow made this particular clip. What you need to know before you carry y'all ass to Dubai.
Okay, this is for those of you, my people who love to run your butts to Dubai. Here's some things that you absolutely need to know. Listen up. Do you know you can get arrested for some of the craziest stuff in Dubai? I'm talking about crazy. Crazy. Swearing. Number one, swearing, cussing, especially the F-bomb, the F word. You can get 1 year in jail or a $2,157 fine. 1 year for saying, oh yeah, and you
1 year for the F word. $2,000 fine for the F word. 1 year in jail and a $2,000 fine for the F word. Okay? They ain't playing. They are not playing. Okay, let's go.
can't swear online, you can't swear on social media, you're going to jail. Number two, checking somebody's phone is an invasion of privacy in Dubai. You can get 6 months in jail or a $21,000 to $100,000 fine for checking your man's phone. You hear me, ladies?
That's right, ladies. Anyhow you get the inclination of thinking if your man is cheating on you and you're in Dubai and decide to check his phone and he didn't like that, he can report you to the authorities and you could receive a year. Where is it now? I couldn't even think about this for a second here. You can get 6 months in jail or a $100,000 fine for checking your man's phone. That's an invasion of privacy, and don't take kindly to that. So you single, independent, I don't need no man checking on a man's backside and phone when he's outside the room and want to shout louder than when he gets back in. Guess what he can do? He can literally walk down to the constabulary. He can walk there and say, listen, this lady here is being loud and obnoxious, and she just checked my phone. I'd like to report her, please. And they can lock her up for 6 months. Yes, your sassy ass will not be tolerated in Dubai. We have a few comments here from Chanel. I always get pictures of my passport to my children. I let every consulate know I'm here in their country. Well, yeah, they're supposed to know. They're supposed to know. But the trick about it is not to get into trouble. I went to Poland. Yes. Let me see. After the invasion. Okay. They went to Poland after the invasion. Okay. Well, Poland tends not to be so strict about these certain things, but not like Dubai. Dubai is very, very strict. Look, $100,000 fine, 6 months in jail for checking your man's phone. Thank you very much for the comments there, Chanel. I thank you very much for that. And yes, again, we're going to keep it pushing. Hold on.
It's in jail or a $21,000 to $100,000 fine for checking your man's phone. You hear me, ladies?
So that's just the precedence, guys. That's just some of the crazy rules. And I've been to Dubai twice and stopped the show. I was there to see Dima, and yeah, I was actually cursing outside and didn't know that it was a fine. So next time I know when I'm cursing to do it inside the house. I had no idea I can go to jail for a year. But be it as it may, there's also certain things that attract ladies to Dubai, and that is because a lot of money is in the United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. A lot of people, a lot of foreigners there.
Sorry about that, guys. There you go. What's happening? I don't know what is happening. It seems to be messing around with me, and I don't know why.
There, and a lot of guys that have a lot of money, and people like to vacation there. There's a lot of great things there. There's the beach, there's yachts, there's everything. So people love being there because it's a really great place for commerce. Unfortunately, if you take your American attitude to Dubai, you can also get yourself into a lot of trouble. And you can think because...
Okay, so we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to go back to it. Let's go back to my man, Please Act Right. Because we were continuing the story here. So as you can see, swearing in public is 3 month fine, about 3 month fine, $2,000. Checking your man's phone, 6 month fine, $100,000. No questions asked. So don't be checking your man's phone in Dubai. Don't be swearing in Dubai. Don't act a fool in Dubai, period. Especially outdoors. Don't do it. They'll lock you up. Especially, okay, let's go.
Do you think there's a chance that the man knows how the women here in this country act And because she wouldn't cough up the money, he was provoking her because he knew she'd go there and he could report her for screaming.
Well, why don't you explain to me why what I'm doing is wrong?
See, screaming like that will get you locked up. See, this feminist womanist, cisgendered, I don't know, cisgendered female we have here. If you start screaming like that at the top of your lungs trying to break eardrums, they're going to lock your ass up. Don't act the fool, especially in a patriarchal country like Dubai. They will lock your ass up. It's part Sharia, remember. They're lucky they don't take your hands. They don't take your tongue with your mouth. I'm just saying. They can take your tongue with your mouth. So, let's continue.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom.
I get the distinct feeling that they're going to make an example out of this young lady. Do you think that it's unfair for them to give her jail time for screaming at the guy when he was screaming at her? Well, stick around because in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how it's unfair for us men who go out of the country if we break simple laws or laws that we think are simple.
And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome.
And just a mental note to you all here. Just when you think that this lady is innocent and as white as snow, oh, we got something for y'all. I don't come without receipts. We got something for y'all. I'm going to let you know. Wait. It's coming.
Of the investigation.
It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
Well, unfortunately, sir, your opinion doesn't matter when it comes down to someone breaking the law in another country.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, and her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies. Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
This is a perfect example of be aware of your surroundings. Ladies, you cannot go to...
Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I will stop it right here. This lady is not going according to Dubai law when you're out in a catsuit and trucking in Dubai. You're literally going against the Quran and everything that is holy there. Especially with the state of dress and ladies by dressing the way you are right here. Now, again, it's a wonderful sight. I'll give full authority to that. It's a wonderful, wonderful sight. Listen, I'm a red-blooded man. I'll call it spade a spade. But anyways, you can't walk around like that. As much as we love it, you can't walk around like that because you're just looking for trouble. You're begging for trouble. If you see some of the ladies, some of the pictures that the Sassy Trucker has on her Instagram, is literally her in a bathing suit, titties out, ass out, in Dubai. You literally can't do that. But yet she has. But hey, you know what? She took a chance, and she said she wanted to dance in front of those people at the rental car place. Well, okay, now she's dancing in jail. Let's see what happens next.
To another country and act over there the way you act over here. Neither can us men. Here's an example of what may be considered unfair to a man being jailed, but it's still law in that country. If one of us men sleeps with a married woman, it's considered adultery in the Philippines, and adultery is against the law. If the police show up and ask us, did we ask her if she was married, and we say yes, she told us she wasn't married, but she is married, you still committed adultery. And seeing that adultery is against the law in the Philippines, shouldn't you already have steps prepared to protect yourself when dealing with the women in that country? Of course. First, you should ask her if she's legally married to anyone on a video or Facebook Messenger so you have a copy that she told you no. Second, you need to ask her to accompany you to go to the courthouse to get a copy of her Cinemar. That's a legal document that states her marital status.
Again, this goes into what's happening in the Philippines. Let's just fast forward this a little bit.
From the courthouse, to be prosecuted to the greatest extent of the law? Of course you would, because he broke the law. Do you think it would be fair for them to let him off with no consequences? Of course not. Bottom line is this: you cannot go to these other countries acting the way you do in this country, especially raising your voice to people in that country. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. What do you think would happen with one of us men if we went overseas and raised our voice to one of the men over there in those countries? Chances are the police will show up, and guess whose side they're going to take, no matter who started the ruckus? The person from that country. Well,
and you know what? We're going to feature that on Talk Live tonight. Yes, we have another lady trucker we are going to feature just a bit, and she has said and she called upon a similar sort of altercation that happened with two British students that happened in 2017, and I think it was 2016, 2017, and they were jailed when they brought their rental car back to their establishment with these exorbitant fees that these businesses would try in in Dubai, simply because they can and they won't be prosecuted. And so we get to a point where they were trying to be extorted, and they had to be locked up, and I'll give you the results a bit later, but just give you a sneak preview, because this is not the first time this has happened. This is a prevalent problem in Dubai. Don't get in trouble in Dubai. Don't carry, I would say, don't care. In my opinion, don't carry out any goods, any sort of services, or use any services, or use any rental cars where you are in control of said vehicle or said policy in Dubai. It's best that it's handled by the locals, because if you are locked up, if you do wrong, you're usually extorted and they're usually locked up. Let me just say it that way. Let's go.
I wish this young lady well, because you don't want to go to jail in the United States. So you sure as hell don't want to go to jail in another country. So what do you guys think? You think they should persecute her to the fullest extent of the law? Well, we're going to see what happens, because I'm going to try to follow this story. But for all the other young ladies out there who are planning to go to other countries, no matter what happens, watch your tone. Watch your tone. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raul. See you in another video.
And what I also tell black women, if you're going to go get you an African man from the continent, you're going to have to understand that the way in which you talk to black men in America will not be tolerated over there.
These are women that came here and married a Tanzanian man or in a relationship with him, and they're getting beat. They didn't think African men were, they didn't know. They thought that maybe I could come here and control that man, but that's not how it works here. So they get smacked upside their head, and they don't deserve to be hit. They don't. But at the same time, they should have known. Because they didn't know, they're disappointed. And a lot of them leave.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I listen, I can't say it long enough. I'm just gonna stop it there for now. Listen, you can't. This is why I tell ladies, especially black women, you can't, especially black women in the modern world, you can't take your show in the world. You can't. You're already marked for prejudicial behavior against you by heading away to such places, such patriarchal countries as he said, in Africa. Oh yeah, they'll beat your ass. Those black men don't play. The man is still the head in Africa. Do not think that you're going to go to Africa and rule over a man. It's not happening. Just ain't happening. It's not happening. Nope. Not in Nigeria, not in Sudan, not in South Africa, not in Morocco, not anywhere. Not in Benin, as he said, in Mozambique. Nowhere. Kenya. If you think you're going to run a black man like you can in the States, you're dead wrong. Dead wrong. Still a very patriarchal society in Africa. You can't do that stuff. And in parts of Asia, parts of South America. If you think you're going to act the fool there, They have something for you. I'm just saying. Anyways, we're going to get to... Yeah, why don't we just get into... Where do we go here? Yeah, let's go to, yes, Crimson... Well, you know what? Yes, let's give some background from Crimson Cure. Crimson Cure, she's doing what? And I mean, she is so great. She's a breath of fresh air. She is a femininity coach. She is an author. She is a host of the Crimson Cure, the show on YouTube. Shout outs to her. She's doing bang up work in these YouTube streets. Please like and subscribe to this lady because she is a salvation for black women in the United States and in the modern world, bar none. You want to know how a woman should act in public as a black woman? Go to the Crimson Cure. Please. For the love of God, please go. She'll let you know. Like and subscribe to her. She's doing fantastic work in these YouTube streets. But she gives her own synopsis as to this Sassy Trucker episode. Let's get into it.
Okay. So just before we get into the points that I want to make, I want you guys to look at her IG. We just gonna breeze through it. We are not going to look at each thing. I just want you to get an overview. So we gonna share the screen one more again.
Like, subscribe, comment, folks.
This is her IG, the Sassy Trucker. Okay. Okay. That's me, y'all. Tiara Allen shares what life on the road is like and encourages other women to pursue trucking. The independence, the security, the income. There's a lot of benefits to being a truck driver. And for the social media savvy, there's also the possibility of remarkable popularity. Okay.
So
We're going to stop that. We don't need the sound. But okay, this is I guess she's was driving in the UAE. Okay, she's the first female trucker in Dubai, and you still don't know how to act. The fact that they let you do it, you see what I'm saying? So they're not, okay, I'm actually going to stop sharing real quick because she's a woman that was working in the UAE. I don't like it that they try to characterize just because Dubai is a predominantly Muslim country that women are somehow oppressed over there because they're not allowed to act the fool. They're not allowed to act stupid. You're not allowed to not be feminine. It's a thirst trap in a truck. We're going to share it one more time because I wanted to say what I wanted to say. But just look. This her, the typical, I hate that little twisty foot pose. I hate that with a passion. Okay? Hatred. See, they let you work.
That's a modern woman pose if you didn't know. The twisty foot pose is the modern woman pose.
Like
without question. Let's move this forward a bit. She's just showing photos here, but I just want to get to the nitty and the gritty.
This don't look like you prepared for no work. Trying to thirst trap again in this headband wig. Okay. It's with the slides on with the thirst trap girl. If you don't go take shower number 25 or they call your number before it get took. I'll be hearing them call them shower numbers.
Oh my God. So fantastic.
Thank you, Gregory. Said Crimson. I can't remember the exact stream you did last year.
Let's just move it on here.
It has worked against. Okay. So we set the stage for her. Willful. No one is tolerating the loud, obnoxious, belligerent, out of control behavior that black women think is normal and they think it's cute. Y'all think it's normal and cute to be places and have all that masculinity. First of all, any woman that's driving a truck consistently, especially if she been driving it for years, has a level of masculinity in her that is difficult for her to cut off.
Absolutely correct there, Crimson Cure. You're right. Trucking is a masculine job. Let's face facts here. Women are starting to get into the industry, but it is very, very laborious, hard work. A lot of hours on the road, a lot of toil, a lot of issues with regards to cleanliness and sanitariness and that sort of thing. So it's predominantly a masculine position. Let's face facts here. Women are starting to get into it because of how lucrative it is. But at the end of the day, you need to have tensile strength. You need to have certain manly properties in order to carry out duties of a trucker. Believe me, I've known a few truckers over the years, and it ain't an easy thing to do. Not easy. So for a woman to get into this industry, you really, really, really have to work harder, 2, 3, 4 times harder than a man in order to make a way in the world. Because, again, it's a job that involves a lot of labor, a lot of muscle, and ladies have to make up for it in some way, shape, or form. So they have to, not only be smarter, but work harder in order to get things done. But let's go.
Because it is a masculine...
And it also reflects in your attitude, too. You can't turn on masculinity. Let's go.
Job. It's a masculine profession. Okay? You're doing a lot of things by yourself. There are guidelines, but there is not a lot of system, order, and structure, day to day, moment to moment. You get your assignment, you get your job, you get your destination, where you supposed to pick stuff up, where you supposed to drop stuff off. You get a time, a schedule that you need to stick to. Bada boom, bada bing. You got to make sure the truck is drivable. Like, you got to make sure of a lot of stuff yourself, because the owner, whatever company that own the truck, especially if you're not the owner of your own truck, that company is not with you moment to moment on that road. Okay? They not holding your hand. You got your CDL license. You went through the proper training. Okay? So you got to do the job. You got to make sure you know how to hook that trailer up, unhitch it, hook it back, whatever it is you got to do. And you got to do it right. Because doing it wrong could cost you. Okay? So there is, because of that, there is a certain amount of masculinity that you need to have and that you need to embody. Because as a truck driver and the truck stops and stuff like this, majority men. Okay? And you're a woman in a sea of men.
Which leads to what? All right, pop quiz. What does masculine jobs do to a woman? Well, it changes her attitude. She tends to be more aggressive. It changes her tone. She tends to be loud and abrasive. And non-agreeable. So, and again, when you get stuff thrown at you, you tend to lose yourself. You tend to, zone out, especially with a woman who's highly emotional. You tend to zone out on things and think, oh, everything's hunky-dory because I haven't been brought to book before because of my tolerance levels and my attitude and the way I respond to things, which is mainly masculine, mainly loud, mainly emotional. But guess what? She had her comeuppance right here. She had her comeuppance on that day in early July. And so we're here with you being 3 months locked up in jail. That's why I said, ladies, it never, ever, ever works for you to be in a male-dominated industry and be loud and abrasive, because at the end of the day, men will treat you like men and they will shut you up. Or in this case, they'll lock you up. Let's go.
So you're going to have to carry yourself a certain way around those men. Okay? Now, the fact that she chose that as a profession, and then she talked about the independence. You know what I'm saying? This woman is 29 years old. That means she's on 30.
She is.
Somewhere on IG thirst trapping in a truck in Dubai. So that means there's no man.
Nope.
That means there's no covering.
Nope.
That means there is no guidance.
Nope.
That means there is no system, order, or structure.
Nope.
That means there's no order in her life.
Nope.
And nobody that she can turn to help her. Now, this would have been a perfect situation to ask her husband, baby, could you go down there either with me or for me to get this stuff? No, you down there with a girlfriend because y'all think y'all can travel. Y'all think y'all can do what passport bros be doing. Y'all think y'all can go places and do the things that black men do. Listen, let me tell you why you having it hard and black men are not.
Listen.
Because everywhere men go, masculinity is expected of them. Okay? Black men cannot go in other countries sagging, throwing up no gang signs, acting a fool, and having Negro moments, N-word moments with everybody because they scuffed his white ones. Can't do it. Everywhere he goes, masculinity is expected. And black men do not have a problem displaying masculinity.
Very good point raised there by Crimson Cure. No, black men don't have a problem showing masculinity because we tend to be the more masculine group, masculine race of men that there is, to be fair and frank, especially when it comes to cool factor. So it's not a problem for us to be masculine. The problem and not only that, because black men have a reputation worldwide, we know we got to act like we have some sense because there's zero tolerance for us when we take anything short of our Pookie Ray Ray selves on the road. Pookies and Ray Rays get locked up. Pookies and Ray Rays get beat up. Pookies and Ray Rays don't fare well in foreign countries because you're always being watched as a black man. Always. We realize that, we come to understand that, so we have to be cool, calm, collected within our masculinity. Ladies now think that they can act a fool elsewhere without repercussions. Sorry, my dear. Sorry, Sassy Trucker, that is not the case. Absolutely not. No. No. That enough of your attitude, that enough of your crap. Yes, they're trying to be corruptible. They want to get a rise out of you so that you can be made an example of. And so they did. You want to raise your voice at me? Go to jail for 3 months and have a think about things. You want to raise your voice at me? Take this fine and sit your ass down over there. Because they're not going to see, women are so used to the authorities taking their side. Especially if they get upset, if they weep. Remember when I had that show about weaponizing sympathy, weaponizing tears. I'm sure there are a few tears shed before they threw it into jail, but guess what? Them guys over there weren't having it. They're saying, you know what? We don't want you in our country in the first place. We just let you in. We didn't think you were going to act the fool, and so when you act the fool, out you go. No, we're going to sit you in jail. Sit your ass down there in jail and think about what you've done. Coming out in your goddamn bodysuit. Coming out there and involving your yoga pants. and thinking that we won't see. Thinking that we won't see. Oh, believe me, they were monitoring this girl from the start, and they only wanted to light the match. Just light it. Let her be that spark that sets things in motion. And she was. True to form, she was. H-Town girl. You know she's going to be loud. It's the finesse capital. You know she's going to be loud and boisterous and angry, thinking that there'll be nothing to harm her. Well, she had another thing coming. Definitely had another thing coming. Let's go.
Because our brothers is masculine. Okay? If you can afford to, as anybody, to go into other countries and stay for a while, you touching a little bit of paper. And if you touching a little bit of paper, then that means you have had to have some act right at some point. So black men, if they don't know nothing else, and the brothers can vouch for this. One thing I know, if black men don't know how to do nothing else, they know how to code switch. Because this country taught them that they have to code switch.
Stop that right there. Code switching. I'll tell you, a lot of black women and a lot of other black countries may have that skill, especially here in Canada. Canada, yes, they do have that skill. They know when they're at their employers, they're not exactly speaking patois, they're not exactly speaking their native tongue. They are going to make sure that they code switch so that they fit in. As I'm doing right now. I can fit in. I can do it in English, I can do it Canadian, and I can do it American. No problem. As most men around the world, of black descent, the African diaspora can do. They can do that. Lord knows we have a very high success rate in other countries, believe me, if you know what I mean. The one thing... Oh, hello. What happened there? Oh. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Oh, we nearly had a problem there. Okay, here we go. We're back. Dang. Sorry about that. All right. The one problem is the African American woman. Some would say the worst of the species. The African American woman thinks that she can take her show on the road anywhere in the world and people have to bow down to her. Bow down to her every whim, beck, and call. Let me have a word with you, African American women. You're not well liked around the world, especially by other cultures. Black people, hey, we get it. We understand you. We love you. You know that. But around the world, you're not exactly top tier when it comes to being welcomed. Welcomed, especially in Dubai. Your reputation precedes you. Being strong, independent, don't need no man, woman, doesn't know when to hush up when called upon. You tend to get loud in the worst situation possible. Now, in your own country, no problem. Absolutely not. No issues whatsoever. The problem lies is when when you go to a place like Dubai because they don't like your shit. They don't like it. They never liked it. They wish you had gone away from it. All they want is your money. Which they tried to extort from me. Yes, that's what happened here. They did. But as has been previously said here on Talk Live tonight, the best thing for you is to pay the fine and go. because this is what they do. You use any of their services, they'll try and fleece you because they know that the Dubai government, the Dubai authorities, the Dubai police forces will be on the side of the citizenry, and corruption is real. They'll let it go. But for you to run your mouth, oh yeah, that's going to get you jail time, as already been seen before. Swearing gets you 3 months and $2,000 fine. So it's no problem for you to sit there and act a fool behind bars. Let's go.
So he can do the A fam with his people, with his boys. He know that when he step into certain arenas, he can't do all of that. Ain't nobody trying to hear, hey, what's good, fam? Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Nope.
Okay? Nobody's gonna take him seriously. If he walk into a board meeting, I don't care if he do got a suit on talking about what's good, fam. What? And this ain't even about trying to be white. This is about time and place. Black men, by and large, actually have a concept of time and place. Black women do not. Y'all don't like the concept of time and place. India Ari just proved that because all she did was say there's a time and a place for Megan Thee Stallion performances. And hyenas didn't want to hear that. Let me go to these super chats because I know I saw my guy in here. Thank you, Miss Lucas, that these are the same hyenas by a brother with the intent that we, black men and black women, be able to come somewhere where, as it says in the commercial, we don't have this big tech.
She's still in all right.
You have to act and behave and speak appropriately in different situations. They think they can twerk everywhere. They think that they can talk crazy everywhere. They think they can cuss somebody out everywhere. Mm-hmm. They think that they can do this hood rat ghetto crap everywhere. And people are supposed to give black women a pass for this because black women have taken it upon themselves to make ratchetry and foddery part of black female culture and part of their identity as black women.
Hold on just a second right there. You want that in action? We just recently had... Let me just get here. Right, quick. We just recently had Sukiana, you know, that tossed salad lady. I call her the tossed salad lady myself. The tossed salad lady was recently in London. Here we are. The tossed salad lady was recently in London. Sukiana, yes indeed. Yes indeed. God bless her. But Sukiana and London video. Here we are. Yes indeed. She didn't exactly avail herself because she tried to take that show on the road in London. Now, London, you can get away with it, but again, I'm sure if we had to go to Crimson, we had to go to the Sassy Trucker, it may have gone a little something like this. This is just an example.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eat a nigga ass. Eat a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass today in London. Period. Baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretched. Okay. Bitches there. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched. I'm trying to get my coochie stretched and eat a nigga ass. Eat a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass today in London. Period. Baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretched. Okay. Bitches there.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretched.
Okay, we understand that. If you didn't hear that, Sukiana, who believed in eating edibles, eating tossed salads, wanted to get her coochie scratched and you know, and enjoy some tossed salad in London, England. I'll be there next month, actually. I hope she can be there too. Anyways, we're going to get back with this show in a bit. Part 2 coming up. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live here on IG. We'll be back in just 2 ticks of a lifestyle. Let's go. Yes, we are back live on Talk Live right here on IG and YouTube. We are back. We are live. We are live. We are live. Yes, indeed. We just had a. We're still talking about the sassy trucker and how her sass got her ass a nice jail pass. Yes, indeed. Right here on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers on IG and YouTube right here. So let's do this. We are back with Madam Crimson Cure. Please go and subscribe to her. She's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. Believe me, she's trying to clean things up for the black male population with her femininity, with her beauty, and with her intelligence in regards to intersexual dynamics. So let's go here. She's not done reading a lot of these black women today, including Sukiya, who we just featured. And as she so eloquently put, she wanted her coochie scratched, and yes, and to eat Negro's tossed salad whenever she gets the opportunity. Which is, as I said, I'll be in London in August. Let's go.
Okay. Thank you, JB40. So I'm going to China in 2 months. I know they don't see black men at all, so I'm learning Mandarin and will stay open to taking pictures with.
Well, let's go. Thank you very much. Continue there. Let's go.
Required of you. It's not conditional.
Sorry. It's a little hair trigger today.
You think femininity is conditional, and it is not.
Oh, it's not.
In other cultures, women are expected to be feminine, soft-spoken, and easy to deal with.
Especially in Dubai. Especially in Arab countries where your sass is not tolerated. You're lucky you got the ability to vote and drive and learn in Dubai and said countries. Vote, drive, and learn. You're lucky you got that. So for you to have the ability to not only drive a truck, but to be sassy in public and cry down the place, as my Caribbean family would say, if you want to cry down the place, thinking that you'll get a pass as you did in H-Town, oh no. Oh, no, they'll lock you up. And it's a warning for all those who think that they can do the same. Sorry, the same fate awaits you, no matter how high the glare is on Dubai today, especially after this controversy. They don't even give it a second thought. You don't see any Dubanese authorities pushing for the sassy trucker. You don't. They'd say she got what she deserved, and as Crimson Cure so eloquently saying, she got what she deserved. Let's go.
Just like the men are expected to be masculine when they go places. Masculinity is expected and it is required. What you do outside of that is your business. But when you come into public and you interact with the other people in that culture, you're gonna have to, you better fake it till you make it. And you better fake it well. Thank you, Marriage, Politics, and Sports, another Crimson Cure Jim. Thank you so much. Fact about hyenas is that they don't have good comprehension skills. Okay? The majority of hyenas do not have good comprehension skills. They don't be understanding what you're talking about.
the reason why she says hyenas, everybody's saying, okay, I just got a question here saying, why does she refer to hyenas? The reason why she says hyenas is because hyenas, the hyena family, or the family of hyenas is a matriarchy. It's not a patriarchy. And you usually have a lot of, and usually the way of hyenas is a lot of cackling, a lot of, a lot of grinning, a lot of, a lot of shucking and jiving, and also there doesn't seem to be a sense of order within a hyena pack. Such is the way of, study. Look at your friendly neighborhood nature film or nature documentary or studies on hyenas. It's basically ruled by a matriarchy. And there's total disorder within said hierarchies. As is the case in this case. There's total disorder, and they are meant to be kept behind cages. And not to say the black women are supposed to be kept behind cages. No black women should be kept behind cages. Let me say that. However, if you act a fool, someone will show you a human cage, aka jail. Just saying. Well, let's go. What?
They don't know what you're talking about. And when they don't know what you're talking about, that causes them to become belligerent and out of control. Put a 1 in the chat if you recall that scene with Kevin Hart in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Put a 1 in the chat. Thank you, Wayne. Say I grew up between.
That
is what the majority of hyena arguments is based in. Y'all, next time y'all see a hyena in action, about 90% of the time, it is based on a misunderstanding that the hyena has had about what is being said to her and what is being asked of her and what is being required. She don't be understanding. And that frustrates her. So when she gets frustrated, the fallback is to cuss you out. Like you doing something wrong. When the real thing is she too dull, dim-witted to understand what you're really saying, and she too prideful to admit that she didn't understand that, and could you please explain? Y'all better understand what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tahir. Thank you so much. Say hi, Chris. It's been a minute. Let's start a GoFundMe. Oh, lack of understanding and comprehension skills.
Let's go back there. That one point needs to be reiterated. And what she's saying is, and what Crimson Cure is saying is, the Sassy Trucker did not understand what was going on. It was a foreign country. She may not have understood the language. And as a result of that, she became highly frustrated. And when you become highly frustrated, you get, you get disagreeable, and you get loud, and you get belligerent, and you end up in jail. But let's go. But that is the way of the hyena. Let's go.
Bad. That's why the communication level be so bad. She don't understand what's being said in the conversation. This is why the conversations go in a circle. See, it's a combination of things. It's deflection, it's goalpost moving, but it's also lack of understanding and comprehension skills. See? So they don't be half understanding the course of the conversation. So that's why they sit there and get mad. Or they'll say something that ain't had nothing to do with the conversation. They don't know it ain't got nothing to do with the conversation. They think that they be really in with the conversation. No. No. They don't know. But they the most educated. Can't keep up with the conversation, but
since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Yeah.
But
perfect. Beware the educated black woman, as was said so eloquently by what's it now? God damn, I forget that comedian. Anyway, she won for God damn that movie. I ain't going to forget this. Sapphire, yes, Sapphire. Somebody say it in the chat here before I get it here. Hold on, let me just get it myself. Push by, I think it's Push by Sapphire. 2000s. Oh shoot, Sapphire. La 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 la. Lord, 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 Lord. Oh, City Bay, City Bay, City Bay. Man, I'm gonna forget. Man, I knew. Precious! Pushed by Sapphire. Thank you very much. Jesus. Took me forever and a day. And you know who won? There was yes, Gabrielle Sidibe. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pushed by Sapphire. And who's the comedian there? Monique. God damn it. Yes, Monique. Sorry about that, Monique. I just drew a blank right there, Monique. Monique pushed by Sapphire. But getting back to it, that's what happens when you get a degree and you know every stinking thing, even though she never had a degree. Probably she's just been, launched into this system, simultaneously. But anyways, let's continue on and let's finish this off.
But they can't keep up with a simple conversation. So that's what happened. I bet you anything. Thank you, Marriage Politics. I never really thought about it that way. They simply don't understand why, but they are the most educated. Precisely. That's part of what happened. I bet you. We all can imagine the conversation and the escalation because they don't know how to de-escalate anything. And I'm going to tell you something about Arabs. Thank you, Love C. Said you're so right, and they're too proud to apologize. Exactly. Also, I'm going to tell you something about a lot of Arabs. And it's not everybody, but I'm going to tell you something about a lot of Arabs. The way and the intonation that Arabs speak in is a clipped. It can be a clipped hard tone, especially when they're speaking English, and English is not their native tongue. Okay? Just like there are some dialects of Japanese that sound aggressive. There's also sometimes you can sound aggressive speaking Italian or something like that. Arabs have a tendency when they're speaking English, and English is not their mother tongue, the way that they speak it can be, but they don't mean no harm. They're not actually trying to be mean. They're just being very straightforward, and it tends to come out, quote unquote, like they're being aggressive or they're being disrespectful. Now, when you are a thought pocket and you ain't never been around nobody of a different culture, then you have a tendency not to know that. Thank you, Azaria. So that's why
We'll leave it there for now with the Crimson Cure. Thank you very much, Crimson Cure. But she raises a very, 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 very good point. Extremely good point. You know what? I may just go on a little further with the Crimson Cure on this one. But she raised a very good point. And that is, when it comes to Arab cultures, a person of African American descent who is a bit ignorant of how Arab cultures speak, act in public, thinking that that their speech may be taking a form of aggression, may not be that way at all. It's just because of the intonation of how they speak. Very abrupt, very clipped, very a matter of fact, to the point. And as a result, the Sassy Trucker may have taken offense to that. They may just have. And things may have got out of hand, and then she gets herself thrown in jail. But the fact of the matter is, she couldn't read the room. In that time, the Sassy Trucker got so emotional that it got her thrown in jail. Where she is to this day. Why? Because she couldn't read the room and realize that, okay, that's the clip tone. Okay, I'm in Dubai. Okay, I can't be loud. I can't be loud and obnoxious. Okay, my way of doing things through most of my life do not carry me forward here in Dubai. You have to change your ways. And if you don't allow for that to be done, guess what? You're gonna end up in jail. Just saying. Let's move this a little further, and then we'll finish up.
Ethnicities, they speak different languages, things of that nature. Things can sound interesting to the American ear. It don't sound weird to them. It might sound weird to you, but you have to look over it. But we know that hyenas do not look over things. Whatever first strike their emotions, that's what it is. So if it came off disrespectful to her, there wasn't going to be anything that young man could have said to de-escalate her, because we know hyenas do not get de-escalated. They just keep on going. And then they don't realize that they're not in America. So don't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody scared of you. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. When you go to these places, hyenas, ain't nobody scared of you. You think you got the hood shook. And you think you got white people shook when you go into the airport and act a fool at the airport counter. Okay? First of all, Arabs is not white people. They don't have the same issues that you think white people got with you. Nobody's scared of you. And if you knew anything about the history of Arabs, they ain't scared of much of nothing. They're not.
They're not. They're literally not. What can be said? Arabs do not like black culture to a certain extent, especially black female culture, which advocates for sassiness, that advocates for for being argumentative, for acting like they're single, single, independent, and don't need no man. And they don't take kindly to it. They literally don't take kindly to it. And they ask these ladies to be modest, and black women won't be modest, so therefore they get the rougher end of the stick. That's to be said, yes. But they got to realize that when they go into an Arab country, they got to go under their rules, not the American rules. This ain't Houston, as in the case with Clara. Sorry, as with the case of the Sassy Trucker, sorry. You need to act like you got some sense. And she didn't, and so we are.
Not a scary type of people. And they don't tolerate a lot of mess either. Very short-tempered on that. A lot of foolishness, they're very short-tempered on that. Especially foolishness that comes from women. They are not very lenient on that. Because in their eyes, women act a certain way. And that's what I really want to get to.
Yes. And we're going to get to that in another thing. Thank you very much for Crimson Cure for showing us that part of things. I mean, the final point from Crimson Cure is that women act with femininity. Women act with reservation. Women act with modesty. That's what they're used to. They're not used to a loud, braggadocious, in-your-face, temperamental, nasty sort like the Sassy Trucker. They're not used to it at all. And when they see it, they want it out of there. They want it cut down. And if they have to bait someone so that they could do it. They did, and so she is, and so she's still there after all these short months. But there you go. It's not to be tolerated in the Arab world. Not that sort of attitude. Absolutely not. But let's go. Thank you very much to the Crimson Cure for that. And we're going to move on to... Let's see here. Yes. Free this lady from Dollface Trucker. Now we have a trucker in the house, okay? We're asking a different point of view here because we like doing that here on Talk Live. We have the Sassy Trucker here. Now she is definitely on the side of the Sassy. Dollface Trucker is on the side of Sassy Trucker, in that she may have been locked up for no reason, and we're here to prove otherwise. Yes. So let's go with this. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and click the thumbs up button right now. Let's go.
Her mom. And she said, we are all humans, and it's just shameful that we live in a world where one human would destroy another over skin color. I've been so distressed over this situation and praying for her to come home. She's always been the most happy, upbeat, and energetic lady, and it's overwhelming to see her depressed and frightened. I really hope the government will step in and help her. Can you imagine, y'all? Like, if y'all know Sassy Trucker, I'm so frustrated by this. Like, y'all know what? Last night, I couldn't even get no sleep over this. And I actually thought about asking my company to send me home, because I'm going to get off the truck anyway, and actually go and help Tiara's mom. Like, I want to help. I don't know what I can do, but I want to help. Because it's not fair. It's not fair. This is not fair. And the most unfair part about it is Dubai is a rich country. They got money.
So what? Does not allow you to act the fool in their country. They have rules, they have laws. Simple as that. You don't adhere to the rules and laws, they will lock you up. You think you can carry your attitude out there and think that you can get away with it? Hell no. They do not like black women to begin with. They don't like their sassy, independent, and belligerent, argumentative selves. They are way too masculine, and they will lock them up if they deem them to be of said traits. You can feel sorry for her all you want, but she walks straight into this eyes open, people. She walks straight into this eyes open, the Sassy Trucker. She knew that she was going to truck in Dubai. She should have done her homework on the laws of the country, the civil and Sharia mixed law of Dubai. Who cares? Dubai has money. They'll make an example out of you if you don't follow the rules. It's happened time in, time out. No sympathy, no quarter drawn.
Right? And little Tiara, little Sassy Trucker, she don't got no money like that. It's not fair. How's she gonna get out of this situation? I need y'all to go to...
Oh, here we go.
Listen to this. This is from BBC Southeast. BBC Southeast discusses students detained in Dubai over rental car extortion with Rada Sterling. It's 3 minutes, okay? So I'm going to let y'all hear this.
Christchurch University have been stranded in Dubai for more than 2 months after a row over a damaged hire car. James Duawifi and Stanley Kundashora flew there in August to celebrate their birthdays. When they returned their rented car, an argument erupted after they were told they were owed thousands of pounds. Legal campaigners say they are the victims of a scam and are fighting to get them home.
Okay, listen to that again. This is what she said.
Arguments erupted after
Arguments erupted.
A row over a damaged hire car. James Duawifi and Stanley Kundashora flew there in August to celebrate their birthdays. But when they returned their rented car, an argument erupted after they were told they were owed thousands of pounds. The campaigners say they are the victims of a scam and are fighting to get them home, as Piers Hopkirk reports.
It was supposed to be the birthday treat of a lifetime. But for James Duawifi and Stanley Kundashore, it's turned into a nightmare. Thousands of pounds out of pocket, banned from leaving Dubai, and now fearing they may face prison.
Again, this is the same sort of scenario that happened to the Sassy trucker in Dubai. Sort of the same situation. They rented a Range Rover. They were driving it around. They brought it back, and they said, okay, we hit some foreigners up. And the backstory to this is this. They thought that these guys were Premier League footballers. They thought that they were earning millions of dollars in their shows as footballers. So they said, okay, it is time to get corrupt and see if we can fleece these guys of whatever valuables and monies that they did have. The men didn't have that, so they decided to, we'll let it play, and I'll let you explain. And then I do have the denouement of this actual incident here. Let's go.
Like, not knowing the unknown is what's really frightening. It's like, what's going to happen next? I don't know whether they're going to prosecute us, going to put us in maybe jail, or I'm not too sure what the consequence might be.
The pair flew out to Dubai on August the 31st for a joint birthday celebration, hiring a high-end Range Rover as a one-off treat. But when it was damaged in a prang, they found themselves caught in what they believe was an extortion scam. Saying the rental company thought they must be wealthy footballers, the students say they were first asked to pay £5,000, then a further £7,000. Feeling they had no option, they turned to family for help, and in the end handed over £12,000 to settle the matter. Things got even worse when, in trying to retrieve one of their passports from the rental company they'd been accused of assault, faced a demand for a further £30,000, and while police investigate, have been banned from leaving the country.
And there it is. So you can see, these gentlemen, the first thing they did, they didn't want to argue, they didn't want to fuss, they didn't want to fight, they knew they were in Dubai. This was not their home turf. So all they want to do was to pay up and leave. And this is what happens to most of these foreigners who, procure services within Dubai. It is rife with corruption. So when they bring things back because they have their passports, they think, okay, in order to get your passports back, run us that money. Run it up. So they have to pay £12,000 in fines and fees in order to get their passports back. And when they try to take them back, well, they weren't going to give it to them freely, and so they were going to give them another £30,000 fine in order for them to get their passports back. That's exactly what they do. Because when you're at the airport in Dubai, they take your passports away. They don't give it back to you. They don't give it back. Only on your return trip they get it back. So just reading something here. Just a second. So what we see here is, well, on one side you see, and I'll just tell you the what's come here. Sorry about that. I was just reading something here. So what you see here is gentlemen who tried to handle it the calm and peaceful way, and as they were caught on camera, people tried to extort them for more money because they thought they were Premier League football players, and they weren't going to do it anymore. And they chose to rebel, and that's what ended them up in. That's where they ended up in jail. But let's continue with this.
Legal campaigner Rada Sterling is supporting the students.
I mean, this situation is absolutely appalling, and it's commonplace. Now, this rental car agency has essentially extorted these young university students who were only supposed to be in Dubai for just a few days celebrating their birthday.
How desperate are you to get back?
Literally, I would do anything to get her. Like, this situation has made me understand how much I'm actually enjoy being home and I enjoy being in university.
Can I hear that?
Y'all hear that, right?
So much. I'll do anything to her like that.
While the rental company deny the allegations, James and Stanley remain in limbo, unsure when they'll be allowed home to their families and their studies.
Well, so what I need to...
So, getting back to it now, I have an update on this story of these two British gentlemen. Here on the yes, it is the Daily Mail. And this was taken from 2020 because that incident happened in 2017, just to let you know. It happened in 2017. 2020 now. So by now this issue would have been solved. So, and these guys would still be they'd be living their life as we speak. So two British students in Dubai were stranded in 3 months after a dispute over a damaged luxury rental car vehicle. Have been told they can return home. Both Wiafi and Kundashora were banned from leaving the UAE until a court hearing over allegations of assault when they disputed how much they were over a repair car. But the University of Canterbury students who say they were mistaken for rich Premier League footballers have just been fined $200 and told a flight ban from Dubai has now been lifted. So, luckily I'm sure they got their money back because they're not exactly running up $12,000. So, yes, the students were overjoyed over the deal. So basically, they were able to get out of the country with the help of CCTV footage, who literally saw these guys were not the ones who accosted the employees of the rental car company, of the rental car agency, but it was the other way around. It was the rental car agency, car agency employees who were roughing up these young men. So that is an example of guys, masculine men, who knew they were in a foreign country, so they had to act accordingly. They tried to, but these guys were trying to run them for their money because they said they were black, they were English, and they were Premier League footballers, supposedly. But they weren't having it. There's fight ensued. They stayed in jail for 3 months, and they did eventually get free. So yes, so that's where we stand right now with this. So that is the end of that story. So thank goodness that there was a great resolution in 2020. Here we are, standing in Dubai. The two students hired a lawyer who negotiated with the rental firm, and they were told the case would be dropped if they paid a further $30,000. Mr. Wiafi said, "Neither of us had that sort of money. We were told if convicted of assault, it could be 18 months in prison." Mr. Kundashora said the ordeal had been horrific. "I don't ever want to come back. It's been really stressful." Of course you wouldn't want to come back to Dubai if you know these guys are looking to fleece you. So we're here. We are done with that. So there's an happy ending there, but we don't know what happened to the sassy trucker. So let's get into, where are we now? Yes. Is it this one? Yes. So we're going to get back to the lead. Is it lead attorney? Oh, no, not lead attorney. Sorry. Yeah. Let's go to this one here in Dubai as was reading the Riot Act anyways, and then we'll finish up. So let's go. Osei Drew Jackson, like and subscribe. Yes, indeed. Let's go.
Because Dubai looks like America or it looks like London or a mixture of the two, you believe that you can just say anything or do anything you want. And it's really not true. Dubai is super strict. It is probably one of the strictest places on earth for a cosmopolitan modern city. In this IG model, Tierra Young Allen found out the wrong way or the hard way when she got into an accident. but I'll let Fox 26 play that clip.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a
All right, we
Houston
already
woman
gone through
who
that,
we're told
so we're
is
gonna
being
go a little
detained
bit
in
further
Dubai.
on.
Fox 26's Dominic Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being
Accident, or if you have issues, you're going to handle yourself like a woman. And she found out the hard way. So what's happening? Well, or what has happened, they have taken her passport, she's been in jail, and the mother is begging for her to be released. But now the real issue is, why didn't you teach your daughter how to handle issues? See, in America, you can yell at people and curse at people, but you can't do that overseas. There's still a way to handle things in a way as a woman or a man. And I'm not saying that I haven't made that mistake. Also, it flew into a rage, but a lot of Americans believe that you can just do that because you're an American and somebody should worship you. But you need to understand one thing. The United Arab Emirates, they're a very rich nation. They're not going to take your bad behavior, or you're not going to come over there using your bad stuff in their country. They're going to punish you. So you're going to come over there and you're going to do the right thing, or you're going to be punished. And see, as men and as people who want to be in the community, that's how you have to be. You have to make your own rules. And I'm not saying that you need to, arrest ladies or even men, whoever does that. But the thing about it is that when you develop your nation for your own people, you're not going to let people come into whatever you have established and let them behave any kind of way. There are rules of engagement, even if the person was wrong in the car accident. And again, I've heard some stories that, she didn't pay for the damage or something like that. But you need to behave like you have some sense overseas. American men have gotten to that same situation too. They're not the only ones. It's people all over who go to these places and you start acting crazy, but you got to leave your American attitude at home because you're not dealing with Americans. All right. You're dealing with somebody else's country. And when you're dealing with somebody else's country on somebody else's soil with somebody else's rules, you will behave like you have some sense or else. So now what we're trying to do is to tell people, well, you know what? She should be able to come over there and act a fool. No, she shouldn't be able to come over there and act a fool, because if somebody from Dubai comes over and they act a fool in America, what does America do? We get them the hell up out of there, male or female. We do not care. And we need to respect people's rules or don't go to their country. Again, if you're going to act the ass on your home court. All right. You're in somebody else's land where you're not, that whole black, our Negro attitude that we have with each other in Americans. We get out there and start yelling and screaming at folks. That's not going to work someplace. And you're lucky you ain't the right person because, hey, and many brothers have been there, sisters too, they can arrest you or even worse. So, I hope the sister understands that wherever you go overseas, a lot of men just don't appreciate being talked to like that, even if it is their fault. There's still a way to do things. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea
Thank
Duke
you,
Jackson.
O'Shea Duke Jackson, for that.
I'm just trying to...
Here we go. Okay, it's another subject that we can get into right there. But, again, let me see here. Just trying to see one more story. I don't know if it was on one of the previous stories, but it was involving... Yes. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once arrested on vacation. Where was it now? Oh, I had it. Oh, wild drunk. I know that I just want to bring receipts as well. But this is not the first time that she acted like this. And, maybe I don't see. Anyways. But we're going to leave it there for now. Yeah, I don't see it here. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I thought I would find it here, but we are going to have to... Wait a second. Let's see. Was it here? No, it wasn't here. I'm just checking to see where exactly we saw this before. Sorry about this. I should have researched this further. So let's just end it here, people. I thought that I would have seen her. Okay. Let's see. While drunk before Dubai. This is my last search for this. Before Dubai, DUBAI. Let's see here. And here we go. Before she got locked up, she got Sassy in Puerto Rico and the 11 traveling with disrespect. Here we go. Pink, thank you very much. I knew I had this receipt here before. And
on the
this will
last
be the last
episode of The Young and the Restless.
It also could result in prison
Sign of the Pink Book
so
lessons.
very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the
Here, as we've already had this explained to us before.
She was just arrested in Dubai for yelling. They say that it's more to the story that Quanell X and her mother told the media. And they even released a video of a previous trip they went on to Puerto Rico where the sassy trucker got more than sassy there too.
Yes. If you thought that that was a one-time occurrence and she shouldn't have been locked up in the first place, as was said by the trucker Bell, I believe. Yes, trucker. Yes. If you thought that she should have been locked up and should have been, as was said by Dollface Trucker. Sorry about that. By Dollface Trucker, you are wrong. You are definitely wrong, because I found it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, before going to Dubai and letting herself loose on the public, she had been in trouble before, even in Puerto Rico while on vacation with friends. She did get drunk, she got belligerent, and let's see her in action. Let's hear her in action, shall we?
Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Alright, so after this information came out about the sassy truck driver calling him the B word multiple times, one of the other women there, she said the same thing. It was apparently a group trip that they went on to Puerto Rico, so you had other witnesses there as well. And one of the other witnesses, her name is Mexi Marie, she came out and had a lot to say. She said she got trashed, poured pop on my homegirl husband's head, calling him all types of B's, throwing bottles, breaking stuff, embarrassing. And then one of the other women on the trip, the wife of the husband that she threw the bottle at, said that she's a violent drunk. She made the Puerto Rico trip weird with her drunk, insecure, disrespectful self. Sorry to say, but she gets what she gets. And then Mexi Marie.
So it seems that the sassy trucker was in trouble before. Looks like she has. She was in trouble before. Continue.
Marie came back and said yes, arguing, screaming at the top of her lungs, so aggressive and disrespectful towards all the men. And Nelly said it's crazy because my husband not a woman beater and he was more concerned with us getting back home than going to jail in Puerto Rico. I wanted to get her out of there for the weird ass that she was doing, but look at her now. She good for it, LOL, she guilty. And then Mexi came back and said, right, I remember when he was trying to make sure that she was safe. She assaulted him more than once in the same night.
I still have the videos too.
Well, here it is. There's a video of her dumping her Coke.
They're saying that's the moment right there where she poured drinks on the other woman's husband. As you can see, he did not react to her, but they said she kept taunting him, trying to get him to put hands on her, but he didn't do it. Meanwhile, she's calling him B-words. According to witnesses, the whole time her boyfriend was there on this trip with them, on this group trip, he was telling her to chill out, but she would not listen. She even put hands on him too. So
you're saying to me, the same lady, the same innocent sassy trucker, in fact, has had a history of violent behavior towards men in authority positions. Men, period. Calling them B's, calling them A's, calling all names but God's name, and dumping alcohol all over them. So she's had this belligerent attitude. She has had this show taken on the road in Puerto Rico. You can't make this stuff up. Someone's going to pull your receipts, and you will be found out for what you are. Yes, even the lady folk here are telling her she deserves to be in a Dubai jail. Because her attitude is intolerable, especially when she gets alcohol into it. When she gets a bit of that sauce, she gets really nasty and belligerent. So, if she could do that drunk, what makes it so hard to believe that she can't do that while sober? Especially to a person who, doesn't have full use of the language, may be seen as aggressive. You're not able to understand. There's no level of comprehension. You have a disdain for men. You like to hit on them and treat them like they're beneath you. What's to say that you don't take that show on the road? Oh, they did? Oh, wait, they did. You're saying she took that to Puerto Rico, too. So she is an official line stepper. She likes line stepping. Not only in Puerto Rico, but in Dubai. Well, she is sure she is because she did what she did. It's up to the authorities who want to get her out of there like they did Brittany Griner. But, again, she don't play basketball. She's not 7 feet. Can't exchange her for one of the more deadly arms dealers in Russia. For any Dubai country. So she's going to be there for a while, let's say. And she isn't one who brought the trouble to themselves like those gentlemen, those UK students did when they were in Dubai. When they rented a rental truck. When they were trying to be sorted for $12,000 and more. This is what they do, but again, here we are.
Person in the comments who didn't know them, they came in to defend Sassy, and that guy says, so you're co-signing her being detained in another country for getting loud? Nowhere did this report say anything about being drunk on vacation like everyone that goes on vacation does. And then Mexi Marie came back and said, yes, 10,000%. I'll bet anything she was the aggressor. She is always the aggressor. Mexi went on to say,
she is always the aggressor? Well, you can see it here on Talk Talk Live. She is mixing it up with her co-travelers, with her colleagues there in Puerto Rico. So it's not far-fetched. It's definitely not far-fetched for this to happen in Dubai. If you have this film here in Puerto Rico, guess what happened in Dubai? You can only suspect. You can just get a taste of it, right?
She also grabbed a knife. Her mama knows how she is and has been for years. As for that one guy...
Wait. This mama here? Wait. Wait. You mean this mama? Wait for it. Wait. Hold on. Let's go back here for a second. You mean? No. Let me go. No. I got it.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair and it's not right.
Like many
Oh,
of you who have
not Quinnell X. I've heard dirt on him. He's not exactly clean as driven snow. Let's go back here for a second. You mean this lady right here? Hold on. We gonna get up. You mean this lady? Her mother, right?
Terrifying for Tierra Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai.
Very scary.
The trip
It was very scary. Wait a second. So this lady here, her mother, she said she's scared for her life. She's very scary. Her mother knows her attitude. This one, who is swearing to the high heavens that this is a girl, this is an innocent girl. She is beyond reproach. She has a tremendous attitude. So you're saying that this footage right here, this footage of her dumping cokes on people, of her fighting and grabbing knives, of all these people telling on her to say, yeah, she's capable of this sort of behavior. They're all lying on her. That's what Mama's saying here. That's what Quinnell X is saying here. They're all lying. All these people lying.
This nonsense, talking about the report said nothing about this or that. The report doesn't say anything besides y'all come rally behind this disrespectful, out of order woman because the person giving the report is her own mama. Like, please use your common sense. Her mama is only telling the story that her daughter gave her, and obviously she's leaving out a lot to protect her daughter. No officials in Dubai said that they arrested her for getting loud. That's what the reporter in Houston said, and all the information that she received came from the mother. So yeah, her former associates came out showing that she has a history of this. Dubai is not her first situation or second. Now, back to the Puerto Rico situation. According to the witnesses, police did get involved, but she was protected by the same man that she poured the drink on. He basically saved her from going to jail. He didn't want any problems. He just wanted all of them to make it back home. But the Sassy truck...
Oh, so in this case, I had to throw this little caveat in there. I had to throw this little, last jab in there before I close up the show tonight. In this case, the person who had the coke dumped on him decided not to press charges and told him that, listen, I just want to leave. I don't want to be here in jail in Puerto Rico, even though it is a protectorate of the United States. I just want to get out of here in one piece. I don't want any trouble. So she had a protector there, but not in Dubai. They weren't tolerating her ass in Dubai. There is no smoke without fire. This happened before and it happened again. This woman has anger issues. This woman has a temper. This woman is belligerent while drunk, let alone sober. And if she ever got wind of a Dubanese tone, especially from their men, guess what she's going to do? Except she's not on alcohol this time.
Allegedly threw a bottle and it hit the wife's foot. His wife got an open cut from it, and according to witnesses, she was throwing stuff all around the house. And while in the streets of Puerto Rico, she got drunk and started talking crazy to other tourists and Puerto Ricans as well. Then one of her former associates said that she had a situation in the Virgin Islands where she was almost arrested at customs for the same type of behavior. So yeah, they're talking about multiple occasions, and based on their experiences with her, they're saying that there's more to the story than she just raised her voice. And then according to Mexi Marie, she said she drives semi-trucks. She got her and her ex fired after she was drunk driving. She's talking about in the semi-truck, and put hands on him. I'm assuming that's what led to their breakup. She went on to say her mom knows how she is. This isn't a first time thing. This is what happens to you when you have...
Okay. So not only was she belligerent and nasty, and not adhering to the laws of Dubai. She wasn't adhering to the laws of Puerto Rico. She wasn't. She was nasty in the Virgin Islands. She obviously loves a vacation. She loves to travel. This girl loves to get around, especially. She loves to get around. Yes, and yeah, she's one for cheeks open activities. So yes, so she got sassy in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. She's been sassy to her boyfriend. She is belligerent when drunk. She is a nasty drunk. But Dubai? No. Clear as a driven snow. This woman doesn't deserve to be in jail. Yes, this is what you call karma. Karma. Look it up. It's called karma. All of the nastiness, all of the regret, all of the negativity, all of the sheer, utter, rude behavior came back to roost in Dubai. Do unto others as others do unto you. Live by the golden rule. This girl wasn't living by the golden rule at all. And guess where it got her? It got her in a jail in Dubai. And yes, there is some wrong to be said about the Dubanese authorities and business owners there. They like to be corrupt because they know the law is always going to be on their side. However, when you act the fool a few too many times, you're going to get caught. Someone's going to pull your card, and you will suffer the consequences, as she is in Dubai. So she is where she needs to be. She should have been there in the Virgin Islands. She should have been there in Puerto Rico. She should have been there in the States. But she skated on by those opportunities. So no matter what her mother and Quinn said in her defense, the fact of the matter is she has been a bad girl. She is an official line stepper. She likes stepping over the bounds, but that's what happens to modern women. That's modern women. And when the sass get your ass in trouble, usually involves a jail pass. And she finally got one. It finally got served one on her. They finally served one on her within the past month. So should we feel sorry about the sassy trucker? Let's just finish this off and then we'll just have a quick chat.
No self-control, no discipline, and no accountability. Years of it. For the most part, everyone should understand how you behave yourself when you walk out the house, even from a young age. This is just silly. Then I had some folks saying that she should respect herself. And honestly, this here isn't a situation of respecting herself. Her mama should have taught her how to respect other people, because even if you don't respect yourself, you have to interact with people on a basic level, and being disrespectful comes with a price. Apparently over in Dubai, they have no problem putting you in your place. And we're also seeing a lot of women going on these girls trips. They're taking these vacations with a bunch of women, a lot of them with women they don't know. And you definitely want to watch out for that. Things will not always escalate to what we've seen here with Sassy, or things may not be as severe as a situation like Shanquella Robinson. But I've heard so many accounts, I've seen so many story times of these situations where women go on these girls trips. You have women in the group with bad attitudes. They can't get along.
You know what girls trips are all about, right? It's about basically, getting your body counts up. That's what girls trips are all about. They're not there just to take in the view and chill out. They're to act the fool and get knocked up. That's what girl trips are. So any man who would let his girl get on a girl's trip, you're only begging for trouble. Begging for it. But let's finish off.
With anybody, they're unhappy the whole time and they're destroying the trip. I don't don't know about you, but that's why I say vacations over vacations with a bunch of girls. I would rather be with a mister than a bunch of women. That's just me personally, for so many reasons. Especially going out of the country, I need my protection with me, and he's my protection. But I just can't imagine people taking time away from work, people taking time away from their families, just to go out of town for what you think is supposed to be a fun situation, or a time of relaxation, or exploration, or whatever. Just to be inside of a house, living like you're in Real World 1999, or reacting scenes from Love and Hip Hop, or the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls trips. To me, that's just a waste of time and money. I'm not interested in all the rah-rah and drama. I like peaceful, safe vacations. That's what's fun to me. Turning up, arguing with people, disrespecting other people's cultures, their land, their laws. I'm not with that, because I also wouldn't appreciate people coming to America disrespecting us. Now, this video was just too much for YouTube. I've had this for like several days, at least 3 or 4 days now, ever since I put out the first Dubai video part 1. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll go ahead and leave that link below in the description. You can check it out for yourself, and then you'll see that's a different person than what her mother was trying to portray on the news in Houston.
Right back.
Thank you to Daquan. I appreciate you, Daquan, for all of your support.
Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Yes, we are about to finish up right now. Let me just get back into my Instagram here. Let me just do this quickly, and we'll finish up right now. This card. All right, and we're finishing up. So, to my YouTube viewers, let me see if I have any comments here. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We're just over 2 hours. We're just going to finish up right now. Yes, let's sum up. I think we have a solid case here, if you ask me. Very solid. Very, very, very solid indeed. Let's see if there's any commentary out there. No, we are good, and we are back. So let's sum up. Let us sum right the hell up. Yes, indeed. Okay, here we are. So, the Sassy Trucker. What do we make of the Sassy Trucker? Let's just go back into full cam mode. And let's sum up. What do we make of the Sassy Trucker? Well, the Sassy Trucker. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry. We didn't start our... So we're just finishing up. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. This is going to be short, sweet, just over 2 hours here. And we're going to finish up the show right now by summing up what had happened to the Sassy Trucker. So let's put everything in cold, hard facts and synopsis for you all. The Sassy Trucker tried to establish herself on YouTube to be this, voluptuous seductress who moves cars and goods. As a trucker. But again, she said that she was innocent in her time in Dubai. But as has been already laid out, number one, you don't flout the laws of a foreign country that you are not familiar with, including Dubai, because Dubai is very, very strict, as has been seen. 3 months or a $2,000 fine for swearing, and 6 months to a $100,000 fine for checking a man's phone. So that's number one. Yes, that's right. It is a patriarchy in Dubai. Let's just say that. Check a man's phone, and you're going to be left alone in jail, ladies. So beware about that. Number two, the American attitude is nowhere near acceptable in a place like Dubai. A patriarchy in which their women are very, very fit. They're very feminine. Well, I would say they're very, very feminine, very submissive, very cooperative. They don't ruffle feathers. They just got the right to vote, drive a car, handle themselves in public alone. Believe me, it's part civil but part Sharia law, and they are quite strict about that. Hey, when you have a country, just getting back to this, when you have a country that has laws that prohibit, let me see, Dubai, laws for tourists. Yes. 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 Such as, you have to check your prescriptions. You're avoiding public affection. Unmarried couples cohabitating is illegal in Dubai. You must dress conservatively. Avoid swearing in public. Do not be drunk in public spaces. What other things? Don't take photos with people without permission. You can't check phones. Guys, they don't play around. They literally don't play around. And so for you to think you can take your H-Town attitude to the United Arab Emirates and get away with it is an absolute fallacy. Quite simply. An absolute lie. If you could think that you could take your belligerent, nasty, argumentative, masculine attitude to the United Arab Emirates. No, they'll show you something. They'll show you a square box with bars on it. And they'll place you there until they're good and ready to let you leave because they have your passport. But the kicker is, you think, oh no, this lady, she's innocent. She was railroaded by a bad law. She never knew the rules of Dubai. She should be let go. No, you are not those gentlemen who were in these students that were in UK that were fleeced for money, that paid their money, tried to leave, and then they were hit up for more money through extortionist means, and they were found to be innocent and were allowed to go back home. No, you want to walk in and throw an attitude. You know why? Because you've had a history of doing it. You had a history in Puerto Rico by getting the belligerent and drunk and making your co-voyagers' life a living hell. You could have been thrown in jail that night. Quite instantly, if not for the gentleman who you embarrassed on tape, on film, on video, by throwing throwing your choice drink over his head, damaging other people's property and belongings and person through your drunken outrages, not only in Puerto Rico, but also in the Virgin Islands and also at home. That's why your boyfriend left you. That's why you're alone in Dubai carrying trucks and thought, oh, my attitude can carry over here. No, it can't. So what do we say about the Sassy truck? Well, from all intents and purposes, she was where she belongs. Karma has come back for her in spades. You see, you can't make people's lives living hell and not live to have it exacted back on you in due course. And it did. Except it happened in Dubai. So now you are left there thinking to yourself, for all my misgivings, from all the pain I've caused others. And it was well documented by Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Please go sign up with Pink Book. Like, subscribe, Pink Book. Let me make sure I'm on camera here. I am. It seems, with all this evidence against you, you are where you're supposed to be. In jail. Jail has finally come for you, sassy trucker. And the world is better for it. Because you will be used as a cautionary tale. A cautionary tale to other sassy ladies thinking, like Sukiyana. Okay, well, the Sukiyana is one thing. She's in London. But she couldn't take that attitude to Dubai. Hell no. She couldn't. No matter how much tossed salads you toss, you cannot take that attitude to Dubai. No chance. You cannot take that to any Arab country, quite simply. Any patriarchal country, quite simply. Because pretty much outside of Western Europe, yeah, you couldn't take that attitude because they know you'll be locked up. You are where you're supposed to be. You're doing what you're supposed to do. It is hoped that you get home and learn your lessons from the past and realize that you must humble yourself to be exalted. But I don't know if you'll learn that rule. I don't know if Quinn Alex should be advocating for you, or if he's just being an opportunist. I don't know if your mother should be advocating for you, or if she knows the truth but she ain't telling. It seems to me that karma has placed you in the place you need to be. And that is no word of a lie. You are where you're supposed to be. And that's all there is to it. So to the who's that there? The doll-faced trucker feeling sorry for the sassy trucker. Don't feel sorry for this lady. This lady's had it coming for years. She's had it coming. Her attitude and her behavior has gone unchecked. She's been allowed to run free with her nasty, brutal attitude, especially when she's drunk. She's a nasty, violent drunk. She has flouted laws left, right, and center in many ports. Dubai, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands. And now she wants the mercy of Dubai by letting her go so that she can spread her own brand of nasty behavior to other ports around the world. No. Someone had to take a stand at you, sassy trucker. And Dubai, you have my utmost respect and attention. And we thank you. Here, within this space and within many a manosphere, black red pill space around the world. Because there had to come a time of a humbling for the modern woman, and this was it. So Dubai, I salute you. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We have a few more comments here from Chanel. She said, let's see. Jay got a call from a good friend. She wants to come home. She's having it. Okay, well, we'll discuss that a little later. Again, this is more of a personal message that she sent me. So I will read that at a different time. But I thank you very much for joining me on Talk Time. We're going to end it right here, just over the 2-hour mark. A very good discussion on the Sassy Trucker and how her, last nasty, belligerent, masculine, out of order ways got her locked up in jail. Finally. And we'll be back. We won't be back tomorrow. We will be back Wednesday. No, we won't be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Won't be back tomorrow because I have other things to attend to, unfortunately. So that's usually a day off anyway. Thursday we won't be back because I have a summer due at work, and that should be a lot of fun. And again, won't ever seek to be the nature of the Sassy Trucker. Lord knows she's been given the perfect moniker for her attitude. And Friday, we may just get back to you on Friday with another subject. We have a whole lot of subjects on the holster, and I want to get them out. So be prepared to get busy. But I will be in England as of August. So I'll let you know when that will be. And yes, thank you very much for joining me to Talk Live. We'll be getting shorts out on this very, very soon. As we have a lot of material in the holster, and I want to get those things out, so I need to sit down and get to work. Yes, indeed. So, thank you very much for joining me, and look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much to all those who contributed, including Chanel Lewis. Thank you very much, and look forward to speaking to you very, very soon. And with that, we'll say good night from Toronto. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live here on YouTube. We are going to be back again on Yes, Friday. If not one on the weekend, we'll see if we can fit it in. But we're gonna try for Friday as a nice shorter one, anyways, because I don't like usually expending myself on Fridays. But we'll be back then. But thank you very much for joining me on this little excursion with the Sassy Trucker, and yes, how her Sass got her ass a jail pass.